What's going on, guys? It's Jay, aka It's Ghost Story, back with another Phantom Parade Illusory Tower 4 clear video. This time on floor 89. And unlike the previous videos where I was kind of just scratching my chin trying to figure out things to really talk about, I do have a fair bit of things to say about this floor. Because this floor wasn't really as simple as just stat checking the floor for me per se. And I had to go through a lot of different team compositions. I went through a lot of recollection bit choices. I had to go back and invest some SPs because conveniently enough, when I was doing this tower floor, I did it on a Sunday. So the SP battle was ready and I had to invest on the blue SPs for my boy Yuji, which I already had his SP unlocked, but I had to get his SP2 nodes. And alongside Miguel, I also needed to get his SP2 nodes. Because originally, a lot of people, when they approach this floor, they usually go the blue Yuta route, which is they have blue Yuta in the backseat, kind of just spamming skill 3 the entire time. And I did do that for a while, like a really long time. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, it just wasn't working out for me. It wasn't happening. Just not at all. Every attempt I had where I at least got to turn 30 using Yuta, like the health difference was just a little bit too much in comparison to like the other strats I was using. So I've also used Kamo in slot 2, and that worked out kind of well, but again, the debuff wasn't really all there. And then as like a last ditch effort, I settled on Inumaki because I did try Inumaki once. Then I went back to Yuta, tried combo again, failed. Then I went and tried, Blue Maki, and because she's A0, it didn't really go all too well. So we kind of just went with the strat that you're seeing on video currently, because that is the one that gave me the most damage. And it also made it so I can use like a ultimate, because the main hard part about using Kamo, for example, is that there's really no point in using his ultimate because it doesn't do anything besides just straight damage. At least with Inu, I'm getting the benefits of debuffing from it as well. So this floor was, I would say, only difficult because of one thing and one thing only, is that I believe, because again, I didn't, when I told y'all last video, the floor 88 clear, I didn't really read what this boss was all about. I kind of just went straight in. I just knew it was a taijutsu stage. Like, I'm pretty sure from like turn 15 and onward, the boss kind of just starts, how do I say this, pumping up 2 alt gauges per turn. So the boss is going to ult you every other turn, and that's also something I had to prepare for, because the way this floor functions, I also had to make sure that my healing rec bits were up in a decent amount of time, because if this boss is ulting like every other turn, then you're going to have either a lot of health starting out kind of that quote-unquote second phase, as I would describe it, or you would have to have your healing rec bits up so you can just like hopefully like make it through a hit and then keep it pushing afterwards. But I don't really remember how this clear went per se. I mean, I'm hoping, I already, like, obviously this is the floor clear, but I'm not sure how sloppy this was. I know this took like 30 turns because the damage just wasn't there the whole time, but this boss definitely threw me for a doozy, especially because of the fact the boss can self-buff itself. And considering the fact that the only unit in the game currently that can remove a boss's buffs that is blue is Miguel, I feel very bad for people that do not have Miguel. Because this boss, when they do buff themselves, well, I'm just going to say this, they hit like a truck. They hit pretty hard. And it's kind of a run ender if you don't use Black Whip. And there was some previous runs where I would use Black Whip on a turn, and then the boss would buff itself again on the turn afterwards, and the boss would have ult. So it's almost like the Black Whip was really useless because the boss buffed again. and I would just have to eat the boss's full ult, and that would basically wipe the whole team. But Blue Yuji also played an important part in this, because he's also drawing attack towards himself during this fight, and he's also just overall a very tanky unit altogether. I'm also pretty sure he has Resurrection as well. Like, again, this floor, it took me a tad bit of time to do. Not too much. Like, it wasn't taking me like floor 84 level time, but it was taking enough to where when I did finish this floor, it felt like a breath of fresh air. So the game plan is as simple as this. You hit ult with Inumaki, you hit ult with Miguel and Yuji, mostly as combo ults. Sometimes I'll solo ult with Miguel if their ultimate gap is like a little bit large, because since I have like-minded sisters on Miguel, like it really only takes him, like especially if he gets hit by the boss, like maybe 2 or 3 turns. Like I would say 3, the 2 to 4 turn range to get his ultimate back. It doesn't take that long for Miguel to get ultimate back, especially because of the fact that his kit is based around him hitting crits for the most part, especially with his combination technique. So everything is kind of fun. Everything's fun. And also the fact that his skill 2, when he's not in crit rate special status, it gives him that status as well. That also carried a lot, because before this floor, I didn't really use Miguel much. I knew I had to use Miguel for this floor, at least for my own personal experience, because, listen, some of y'all be wanting to do these Soulsborne challenge runs on these games, and I am not that much of a masochist, you know. I would say my philosophy is win by any means necessary, and considering the fact that this is a gacha game, there is no honor in making myself suffer. So I do whatever I can to win, and then if we go to this floor again in the future and we figure out something that's like more unorthodox, then we'll do it. But I'm gonna do it my way, first and foremost. And I'm over here at this point. During this part of the floor, I am kind of just straight facing it. I'm gonna be honest, because there's been so many times where I made it to around this area, like turn 20 to 24, and everything kind of just starts falling apart because the healing resources starting to dwindle, and it's kind of a race to the break gauge to give yourself breathing room so you can get those healing rec bits back. And also the fact that I don't have any curse energy. Like the boss stealing curse energy also makes this a miserable experience. But let's see. I'm trying to remember this floor with y'all. See how much damage my goat Yuji does. Blue Yuji carry. Only 8 mil. Don't y'all love to see the CE leaving my screen? And we got debuff, and the boss buffs itself. As y'all saw, as I brought it up, we got to hit with the rope. Because if that boss were to hit us with that ult and it was buffed, it would have been an absolute dead run. Like quite literally, Geto, Inumaki, and Miguel would have been a statistic immediately. And at this point, I'm sweating. I'm like, dude, I got to get to that break gauge. I'm hoping that Inumaki lives. I'm hoping that Geto lives. I'm hoping that everybody lives. And Inu got taken out. But surprisingly enough, when this happened, I was actually mildly okay with that. And the reason why I was mildly okay with that is because I've noticed when I've been up here on these floors is that as long as I have Geto on the field, those debuffs are so good, I don't really need another debuffer to clear up the remainder of a floor. Like, I wish for my 485 clear, like, Geto was still alive for the most part, but that didn't happen. And also, this is where, like, because usually if I made it this far, I would restart. I would restart the moment Nanami comes out, but I'm like, wait a minute, what if I have hope? That's all that matters. Have a little bit of hope. We got the break, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm starting to believe a little bit. Starting to believe in myself. So I was kind of indecisive. I just wanted to debuff as much as I can. Like, I wanted to get as much damage as I possibly could on the floor. The one time where Nanami co-op ult comes in the clutch, and I buff right there because I'm like, you know, what if turn 30 needs that damage desperately? And this is where the hopes and prayers start to kick in. And that's where I started to get really nervous. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I choke? I'm over here looking at the damage number, bro. I'm worried. And quite literally, right here is do or die time. I also got really nervous when Miguel did not finish with his ultimate. I'm like, bro, did I really just waste such a good run? I thought I had to wait another week for more SPs, but we finished it up with a UG Black Flash. And yeah, guys, that was 489. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before 2027. If you'd like to see the 490 clear, please stay tuned. It's been Jay, aka It's Ghost Story, and I will see you guys later.